If you've ever tried to scope an Auracast assistive listening system and ended up guessing at what is needed, you'll like this tool. The Infinium Design Estimator by Williams AV lets you go from a floor plan to a coverage estimation report with an initial bill of materials in just minutes. The tool is completely free. Please note that this tool is intended for developing a ROM, or rough order of magnitude, only. The technical services team has more sophisticated software for producing 3D designs with heat maps, which can be used to accurately place transmitters. Please feel free to lean on them for more accurate and complete designs, as this service is free. Now let's go through the tool together. To get started, go to www.estimator.williamsav.com and create a free account using your preferred email. Fill out your first name, last name, and work email. The supplied email will be your username when logging in. Create a password and confirm it by typing it into the Confirm Password dialog box. Add a good contact phone number. This will be used if the technical services team needs to contact you about a design or an estimate review. Select the country and fill out your street address. Note here, you can choose a units preference, either metric or imperial. The units preference can be changed later if needed. Click on the acknowledgement and then click on Create Account. Now sign in using the username and password previously created. Once you're signed in, you're ready to start your first project. To begin, click on Create Your First Project. Notice that the project is assigned a reference number. You'll want to refer to this when contacting the technical services team for a full design or a review of this estimate. Fill out the project name with the preferred name of the project. Choose the country and state from the drop-down menus. Choose from the venue types listed. If not listed, choose the last option, Other, Not Sure. Here you can choose what units you prefer to work in. This can be changed later if needed. Important: the ceiling height entered in the form here is the mounting height that will be used for each transmitter. The ceiling height greatly affects the signal propagation, so use an accurate mounting height. Note that only ceiling-mounted positions are supported. There is no wall mount option. Use the Notes section to add any comments about the project that you would like included on the report. As mentioned earlier, this tool is intended for estimating purposes only and should not be used for installing Infinium systems. When finished with the form, click the acknowledgement and then click on Create Project. Next, we will need to upload a floor plan. The estimator accepts CAD files, either DWG or DXF, as well as PDFs, or even a standard PNG or JPEG image. Note the file size is limited to 25 megabytes. If you upload a CAD drawing or PDF, the tool converts it automatically as needed. Click on Choose File to browse to the drawing file you want to upload. Next, we need to select the area of interest by grabbing and moving the border brackets until we have the area of interest enclosed by the brackets. This step can keep the design much cleaner by excluding unwanted parts of the drawing, such as the drawing title block and other areas of the building not included in this project scope. Note that a transmitter will be randomly placed in the space, but there is no heat map yet because a scale is needed for the tool to estimate the coverage. Now set the scale. Keep in mind, the larger the dimension that is used for the scale, the more accurate the scaling will be. Find a dimension you already know, a dimensioned wall length, or a scale bar, for example, define it on the screen with the tool, and enter the real-world measurement. From that single reference, every measurement in your design will be calibrated. You can work in feet or meters. Each project has its own unit setting. You can change the units later if needed. Note here that if a mistake is made when setting the scale, the Rescale button can be used at any time to correct it. Note the Tools palette on the left. These are the tools you'll be using to create the design. Use the Select tool to select individual objects such as a transmitter. While selected, the object can be moved using this same tool. You can also select an object and delete it. Use the Pan tool to reposition the drawing. Use the Wall tool to draw individual elements such as a wall, glass window, or metal or elevator shaft. We will cover more about the Wall tool later in this tutorial. Use the Transmitter tool to place individual transmitters. Viewing options. Zoom. Use this tool to zoom in and out of the floor plan. Note here that you can also use the mouse scroll wheel to zoom in and out. Fit. Use this to fit the floor plan to the screen. One-to-one. Use this to reset the zoom to 100%. Keyboard shortcuts. This is a handy reference to common key combinations for accomplishing certain functions. These shortcuts can save time rather than looking for these functions in the menus. Note that you now have a single transmitter arbitrarily placed in the space, along with a heat map. We will not be using this quite yet. For now, turn off the heat map. Since the Auracast transmitter broadcasts an RF signal, different materials can attenuate or reduce this signal, affecting the coverage area. For this reason, we need to trace walls, windows, and metal. By telling the estimator what the walls are made of, where the windows are, and where the metal is, you can get an estimate that more closely reflects your specific venue. Please note here that the intention is just to trace the borders of the intended coverage area and any obstructions within the space. Since this is just for estimating purposes only, we don't need every detail. This is what the technical services team will do when a full design is requested. First, pick the material to be traced. Options include interior glass, drywall, exterior glass, brick or concrete, and metal or elevator shaft. Note that there are two types of windows here, interior and exterior. Exterior windows have tinting that can attenuate the RF signal more than interior windows do. If something in the space is made out of metal, use the elevator shaft option to trace it. Now select and trace the chosen material. While tracing, if an error is made, use the escape key to exit out of the trace. To finish tracing, hit the Enter key. To delete a trace, select it and then use the Delete key to delete it. Work your way around the floor plan until you've captured the major structural elements. Remember, we are only interested in the borders of the space and any obstructions within the space, not the areas outside it. Now for the fun part. Turn the heat map back on, use the Select tool, and move the transmitter until the maximum coverage area is achieved. In larger areas, one transmitter may not cover the entire area. If more coverage is needed, select the Transmitter tool and place another Williams AV Infinium transmitter. Move this one until the coverage area fills in. Continue to place and move transmitters until the entire area is covered. While doing this, make sure the placement is realistic, meaning that a transmitter could physically be mounted where it's positioned on the drawing. For example, in a multi-level theater, the ceiling may not be available as a mounting location because of acoustical treatments or because it would disturb the finished look. Since this is for estimating purposes only, the coverage will be close enough. To rename a transmitter, double-click on it and enter the name. The heat map uses a color scale. Bright green indicates strong coverage, dim green indicates moderate coverage, and red indicates areas with unusable signal. These colors may vary in shade since this is a transparent overlay on the drawing. If there are only varying heights available as mounting locations, we recommend looking to the technical services team for a full design. Each transmitter has 2 channels available. Note here that you can create channels, name them, and then assign them to the respective transmitters here. For example, you may have 4 languages, and this would require 2 transmitters. Note here that if a mistake was made earlier while tracing materials, You can select and change that material here. Note how changing the material affects coverage. If the ceiling height needs to be changed, that can be done without starting from scratch. When finished placing transmitters and when the coverage looks satisfactory, we will need to calculate the number of required receivers and related accessories. The estimator does this calculation based on the human capacity of the space. Click on the Receivers button on the top right, and now enter your expected room occupancy. Next, select an accessibility standard, ADA, IBC, Singapore, or Australia, and the tool calculates how many assistive listening receivers are required at that capacity, including the number that must be hearing aid compatible. Note that ADA, or Americans with Disabilities Act, is used in the USA, and IBC, or International Building Code, is used for most of the rest of the world. Australia and Singapore have their own standard. You can also enter the number of receivers manually. These numbers can also be edited as needed. Before committing to these numbers, we highly recommend checking your country's requirements to ensure the number of receivers is compliant with those regulations. The receivers, along with accessories like neck loops, headphones, and chargers, are added directly to your bill of materials, which we will see next. When your design looks right, and you have the desired amount of receivers and related accessories, we can see the generated bill of materials that will be included on the report. Click on the BOM button on the top right. Note here where this is designated as preliminary, the part numbers and quantities can be adjusted as needed. Note that when doing this, the word customized appears, as this is a variation from the generated bill of materials. This is just a notification while doing the estimate. The word customized will not appear on the report. When your bill of materials looks right, the entire design and bill of material can be exported. Click on the Generate Report button on the top right. Note that this only generates the report in the system. Once the report is generated, it needs to be downloaded to your PC. Clicking Download Latest Report will put a copy of the report in your Downloads folder on your PC. For many projects, the report is enough to move forward. But if you're working on a complex venue or need a validated RF design before installation, you can request a complimentary expert review directly from the tool as shown here. The Williams AV Technical Services team will then review your design and respond within 3 business days at no charge. If a full design is required, this will be communicated at that time and may require additional time to complete. The full design will be done by the Technical Services team using special modeling software and delivered on a professional design title block. Now let's go through the report together. The report is generated as a Williams AV branded PDF. At the top, you'll see that it is clearly labeled as a preliminary planning estimate. This section includes all of the information entered on the project form, including the project name, the generated reference number, venue type, location, ceiling height, the number of audio channels, your name, your company name, your email address, and the date the report was created. If any of this needs to be corrected, note that you can click on the Project tab here and re-enter the correct information. If this is done, you'll need to generate a new report. You'll also notice a statement explaining that this report is intended for preliminary planning purposes only. Next is the coverage map, complete with a signal strength legend to help interpret the results. Following the coverage map is a complete bill of materials, including part numbers and quantities for all the recommended components. The report then lists each transmitter by name along with its assigned audio channels. The Important Considerations section summarizes many of the key topics covered earlier in this tutorial. It also includes a disclaimer noting that the factors such as environmental conditions and external sources of interference can affect system performance. And finally, there is a note about Williams AV Design Services as discussed earlier. This report is designed to hand directly to a stakeholder, an installer, or your Williams AV rep for a quote. Because your design remains fully editable after export, you can return at any time to make changes, update the layout, and generate a new report without having to start a new project from scratch. From floor plan upload to a branded coverage report, The Infinium Design Estimator gets your Auracast project scoped and ready to bid in minutes, completely free. Create your account at estimator.williamsav.com and obtain your estimate before you commit to an install. A note about design services. As a courtesy to our partner integrators and dealers specifying an Infinium system for an upcoming project, the Technical Services and Design team offers design services with advanced coverage modeling. This ensures the system is specified accurately, especially in complex environments where factors like interference, mounting orientation, and array planning will impact performance. To request a design, simply visit the Williams AV website and submit a System Design and Coverage Modeling Request form through the Tech Services and Design page. The team will review the plans and requirements and provide a tailored layout to support a reliable, well-engineered Infinium deployment. A bill of materials will be supplied with the design. As part of the design release process, your Williams AV sales representative will follow up with an emailed quote. Thank you for watching our Infinium Design Estimator tutorial video. Be sure to watch our other Infinium tutorial videos to learn more about Infinium systems, including the controller, transmitter, receiver, and software updating. If you have questions or need support, contact the Technical Services and Design team at techservices@williamsav.com. For any sales inquiries, email us at info@williamsav.com.